What's going on? This is Joey Chicago. That's my name and that's my hometown. A lot of people know a lot of things about me. People know that I like to make movies. It says so right down there at the bottom of your screen. I like to make movies. And most people don't know that I actually had a pretty significant part in a lot of superhero movies. That's my passion in life. And all these superhero movies get shot around the same time. The past couple of years, they've just been coming out all over the place. These superhero movies, and like I said, I work on them. I do a lot of the cast work and a lot of the assistant directing and all this. But my name never shows up on the credits. I don't know why, but anyway, I'm important. So anyway, what I wanted to take you on today is what I like to call a tour of stuff you don't know that went on around the movies. And we'll be examining all these movies you've probably seen, but you probably didn't notice all this stuff that was going on in the background with them. So anyway, enjoy the ride. You see, you wouldn't believe how many things go wrong in the movies. How many things you don't expect, or something comes flying out of left field, or you don't even know. All right, but it's one time we're shooting Batman, and this one was a number of years ago. This was the one with George Clooney in it and Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's doing Mr. Freeze and all that. Great movie, great film. But, one of the things that we noticed is Mr. Freeze was always having to stop and go to the bathroom. And fortunately, we cut out all the scenes where he's like ducking out, but, they're on film somewhere. So take a gander at this.
Batman. My name is Mr. Freeze, and it's time for me to put you on ice. Oh, wait, cut, I can't do this anymore. I really have to go to the bathroom. Ah! Ah! That's better.
Oh my gosh, I did not see that one coming. That's gross. All right, but keeping with the Batman theme, this was on another one of the newer ones that I remember one that came out a couple of years ago. It's called A Dark Knight, and Christian Bale was Batman, and Heath Ledger was the Joker, rest in pieces. And goodness, there were so many times that he just kept going off the cuff, and we're like, dude, you gotta stay on the script. And he was always talking about all these ways that he got his mouth cut up and he got his scars. You remember that scene? Check this out. Here's some deleted footage from that fiasco.
You want to know how I got these scars? My father was a man of prayer. And when we had crabs for dinner, he would thank the Lord for the bounty from the sea. And so when he began to pray, I closed my eyes, like I was supposed to do. And when I opened them, a crab was in my face, and his claws bit me in the mouth. You want to know how I got these scars? Well, one time, I was trying to eat the cheese out of the mousetraps. Want to know how I got these scars? Well, one time, I was bobbing for toenail clippers. You want to know how I got these scars? One time, I was chewing on a fingernail file. This one time, I was chewing on a baseball bat. Unrelated story, it wasn't sharp. Well, this one time, a kid in my neighborhood was skateboarding. And I tried to bite him on the skateboard. I don't know why.
And so that was that. That was that. Let's change gears, change direction a little bit, take a new path, talk about another film. A couple of years ago, when we were shooting for Spider-Man 3, not the new one they just did, but Tobey Maguire's last film, they're taking the things, and there was who's that? The Venom guy. He was all the nasty black suit and the alien group that was on him. And there was the Sandman. I mean, you look at the Sandman, you're like, hey, cool, right? I mean, look at this. How could that not be cool? Anyway, though, the problem comes when you hold sand, it slips through your fingers. And so everybody knows that. When it gets wet, it floats away. We had to shoot that scene a couple times. But here's one of the things that you never think about. Check out this clip. Oh my gosh. I mean, this kept happening over and over and over and over again. We had to put up a big sign that said, no cats allowed nowheres. And eventually, I guess cats are getting smarter. They learned how to read, and then they stayed away after that. But, whew, that was unreal. And then this other time, we were shooting Thor, and the guy couldn't come. He couldn't remember where he put his hammer. He'd always be walking around the set, drop his hammer somewhere. And we're like, come on, dude, we got to shoot another scene. And so we tried improvising a couple times while we couldn't find the hammer, but watch this, check this out. It did not work.
I am Thor! I am Thor! I'm Thor! I'm Thor! I'm Thor! I'm Thor! I am Thor!
And I tell you that was nuts. That was nuts. But here's the one thing. This might have been the most eye-opening shot for all the movie stories that I got. This one time, so all the superhero guys they're all eating in the commissary together, and they're all just mingling and having fun and having a good time, and eating their chicken and their fish or their rice or whatever they got in there, pizza, I don't know. This one time though, everybody got food poisoning, and the thing is, it pretty much affected everybody the same way. It was shooting out the front, it was shooting out the back, it was rough. But I tell you what, depending on the superhero and the costume, it made for an interesting turn of events. I'll let you check this out yourself. Oh, and here was a weird one. There's this one time that we're shooting a scene for Batman, but it happened to be right next to this nuclear testing facility where all these scientists are walking around in these big lab coats, and you never know what's going to happen with those scientists. Anyway, Batman, well, of course it was Christian Bale. He goes in to use the outhouse, what he thought was the outhouse. It turns out it was some kind of scientific shrinking machine. So he goes in there, check out what happened here. That guy set us back a couple weeks while we were trying to figure this pickle out.
What the?
So there you have it, folks. That's some of the weird stuff that happens when you're making a superhero movie. There's many more stories I could tell, but I'm contractually obligated not to report on any of them. So I want to thank you for sticking around for this episode of Things That Go Weird when you're making superhero movies or whatever we decided to call it. So thanks. Take it easy. Have a good afternoon and enjoy your superhero movies. Peace.